It has finally happened. After years of emotional ups and downs, tears, and court hearings, Melody Shari has officially won a major custody battle against Martel Holt. This victory did not just represent a legal decision, it represented peace, closure, and justice for a mother who has been fighting for her children's stability since the day she walked away from her toxic marriage. For a long time, viewers of Love and Marriage Huntsville have witnessed Melody's strength, her pain and her grace under pressure. But this moment, this win, is one that speaks louder than anything she has ever said publicly. This custody case between Melody and Martel has been one of the most talked about battles in the reality TV world. Fans have seen everything from public arguments to emotional live videos and even silent months when Melody chose to keep her pain private. But behind the cameras, there was a long legal fight that tested her strength as a woman, a mother, and a human being. Now, with this ruling, Melody has been granted full physical custody of her 4 children, affectionately known by fans as the 4-piece nugget. The court made this ruling in mid-October, and according to reports, Martel didn't even show up to the final court hearing. While Melody stood firm and fought for her children, Martel was reportedly in Los Angeles filming for Love and Marriage Huntsville. That single decision, missing the court date that would determine the future of his children, said a lot about his priorities. The very same man who claimed to love his kids and wanted to take full custody of them didn't even appear when it mattered most. This custody case has been going on since 2021. For more than 2 years, Melody has had to fight constant court battles, emotional stress, and a man who refused to give her peace. Martel started this entire process trying to take the children away from her, claiming that she was not a good mother. But the evidence, the guardian's reports, and the judge's final decision all spoke differently. It showed that Melody has always been the stable, loving, and responsible parent. When Melody first left her marriage in 2020, she did not just walk away from a relationship. She walked away from years of disrespect, lies, and betrayal. But what came after was worse. Instead of giving her peace, Martel decided to make her life harder. He went after her motherhood, trying to prove that she wasn't fit to raise the very children she has loved, nurtured, and sacrificed for. But through every court hearing, through every attempt to break her down, Melody kept her composure and stood tall. The judge's ruling now gives Melody full physical custody, meaning the children will live primarily with her. Martel still has joint legal custody, which allows him to have a say in certain decisions about the children's care. But the day-to-day life, schooling, and home environment are all under Melody's control. His visitation rights have been limited to Thursdays and a few weekends each month, which is a big change from the previous arrangement where the kids would go back and forth between their parents every week. This decision didn't come out of nowhere. It was based on evidence presented in court and the findings of the guardian ad litem, who was appointed to look out for the best interests of the children. The court saw what the public has seen for years, a mother fighting for peace and a father more concerned with control than co-parenting. One of the most shocking details from the case was the fact that Martel did not attend the final custody hearing. Instead, he chose to continue filming for television. It's hard to imagine how a man could say he's fighting for his kids, yet skip the very hearing that determines their future. That alone showed the court who truly had the children's best interest at heart. For Melody, this victory represents more than just winning a case. It's a symbol of freedom. For years, she couldn't even post photos of her own children online because of restrictions tied to the custody case. Meanwhile, Martel and others were able to post certain things without facing the same limits. It was painful for Melody and her supporters to see her being silenced, while others were allowed to use her children's images freely. But that changed with this ruling. The new court order allows Melody to post her children on social media, as long as it's not for profit or unless she gets permission from the court to do so. That means she can finally share the joy of motherhood with her supporters again, after years of being told she couldn't. When Melody posted her first official photo of her daughter Mariah, fans everywhere celebrated. Mariah looked beautiful, happy, and full of life, a reflection of the peace that her mother has been fighting to protect. It was a small but powerful moment. A simple picture, yes, but one that carried the weight of years of struggle. Melody has always been transparent about wanting her children to have a normal, joyful life, despite the chaos that surrounded them. Now she finally has the right to show that love publicly again, without fear of legal consequences or court backlash. This entire journey has reminded people of who Melody truly is. She's not just a TV personality or a public figure. She's a woman who has fought for her family and her peace. Every single time life tried to knock her down, she found the strength to stand back up. And now, she can move forward knowing that she has full control over her children's well-being. Martel, on the other hand, has once again proven that his actions don't align with his words. For years, he's talked about being a devoted father, yet his behavior has constantly shown otherwise. He tried to stop the children from appearing on the show, not because he cared about their privacy, but because he wanted to block Melody's income. He tried to control how she shared her family life, all while freely posting his other child with his former mistress online. That kind of double standard speaks volumes about his real intentions. It's no secret that Martel has often used his children as a way to get under Melody's skin. He's publicly spoken about wanting to protect them, yet his actions have caused them emotional stress. And now that Melody has won physical custody, it's a clear sign that the court saw through his behavior. Fans of Love and Marriage Huntsville have followed this drama closely, and many have openly supported Melody throughout the years. They've watched her cry, fight, and still find ways to keep her career and family afloat. They've watched her build a business from the ground up, promote her beauty brand, and turn her pain into purpose. This custody win is not just a personal victory. It's also a moment of empowerment for every woman who has ever been through something similar. For so long, Melody couldn't even post her own children. The emotional pain of that cannot be underestimated. Mothers naturally want to celebrate their children, birthdays, milestones, holidays, and for years she was stripped of that joy. Meanwhile, Martel was posting his other child freely, even though his actions in the marriage were what caused all this pain in the first place. Fans saw more than a photo. They saw a new chapter beginning. They saw a mother reclaiming her space. Mariah's smile represented peace, hope, and the love of a mother who never gave up. Melody's victory also serves as an important reminder of the power of resilience. She could have walked away from this legal battle early on. She could have chosen peace over pressure. But she knew that standing up for herself meant standing up for her children. And she did just that. Martel's absence from court says a lot about where his focus really is. Reports say he was busy filming in Los Angeles, possibly for the reunion or holiday special. But the truth is, no show, no fame, and no camera should come before your children. Melody showed up. She faced the court. She faced the truth. And that's what a real parent does. It's been years since Melody first announced her separation. Since then, we've seen her try to co-parent. We've seen her try to maintain respect publicly, and we've seen her pushed to her limits. But through every storm, she's shown grace. Even when people tried to discredit her, she let her actions and her patience speak for her. The court's decision also addressed something important: Melody's right to continue her work and brand without interference. Martel's earlier efforts to stop the children from appearing in content related to her business were viewed as attempts to hurt her financially. But now, she has the legal backing to continue building her empire without fear of being blocked. Many fans have pointed out how unfair it was that Martel was able to post his other child and his personal life freely while restricting Melody. It was a painful double standard that seemed rooted in control. But this new order changes everything. Melody is now the one with authority over her children's home, education, and overall environment. And while Martel still has visitation rights, it's clear that his influence is limited. The court recognized that the children's stability is best maintained under their mother's care. That's not just a legal statement, it's an acknowledgement of Melody's consistency and dedication. Even though Melody has every reason to celebrate, she's remained humble. She didn't use this win to gloat or throw insults. Instead, she shared her joy in quiet, meaningful ways, like posting her daughter's photo and continuing to focus on her brand and her community. It's also worth noting that fans are grateful to see the court finally take action. Many have expressed frustration over the years, watching Melody struggle against someone who seemed determined to make her life difficult. This ruling shows that truth does prevail, even if it takes time. As for Martel, some people still try to defend him, calling him a good father, but the facts speak for themselves. A good father shows up. A good father respects the mother of his children. A good father doesn't try to use court battles to control his ex-wife. A good father doesn't let pride get in the way of parenting. And if we're being honest, Martel has failed at every one of those. The footage from his old interviews where he smiled while talking about keeping the kids off the show is still haunting. He looked proud that he had managed to stop them from appearing publicly. But deep down, that wasn't about protecting them. It was about hurting Melody. That was about taking away something that made her happy and successful. And now, karma has circled back. Because today, Melody gets to wake up every morning knowing that her children are safe, secure, and under her roof full-time. She gets to plan their lives without interference. She gets to make decisions based on love, not legal fear. That's something no one can take away from her anymore. Fans around the world have flooded her comment sections with love and support. Many said that watching her win gives them hope for their own situations. It's a reminder that no matter how long the battle is, justice has a way of finding its way through. Melody's post of Mariah wasn't just a mother sharing her daughter's beauty. It was a message. It was a silent declaration of victory. It told the world, I made it through. What makes this even more touching is the emotional weight behind the moment. For Melody, it's been years of restraint, holding back emotions, and choosing silence for the sake of peace. To finally reach this point means everything. Even though this win doesn't erase the pain she's endured, it certainly marks the beginning of a peaceful new chapter. Melody can now focus on her work, her businesses, and most importantly, her children. This victory is also a strong statement to every woman going through a similar struggle. Don't give up. Even when it feels like the world is against you, keep standing for your truth. Melody's story shows that perseverance and faith can truly change the outcome. It's also important to note that through all of this, Melody has never used her platform to bash or destroy Martel. She has always taken the high road, choosing to live by example rather than respond with anger. That maturity is what separates her from the chaos around her. As fans continue to celebrate this major win, there's one thing everyone agrees on. Melody and her children deserve peace. They deserve love, laughter, and a home free of unnecessary drama. And though Martel may still play a role in their lives through visitation, it's clear that Melody has regained control of her family's destiny. This is her time to heal, rebuild, and enjoy the simple joys of motherhood without interference. Seeing Mariah's bright smile in that picture was more than enough to make the whole internet smile. It was a symbol of hope. It was proof that despite everything, Melody never gave up. From the outside, people may see this as a celebrity custody battle, but for those who truly understand, it's much deeper. It's about a woman who survived betrayal, public humiliation, and years of legal warfare, and still came out victorious. So as we celebrate this moment, it's important to remember what it stands for. It stands for faith, strength, and motherhood. It stands for every woman who had to pick herself up after being torn down. It stands for the idea that no one, not even a bitter ex, can take away a mother's right to protect and love her children. Congratulations to Melody Shari for her victory. Her strength and patience have paid off. Her children are safe. Her peace has been restored. And for the first time in a long time, the world can finally see the smile behind her silence.